Happy Friday. It might not be Friday when you see this, but for us, it's Friday. Yay, weekend. I'm Erin Lee and I am here with Brenda Kerns of Caught My Eye Photography
and Body Beautiful Boudoir, which is my new focus, my new favorite photography focus.
Yeah, so let's get started in finding out what Body Beautiful Boudoir is.
It sounds really sexy, doesn't it?
Right?
I mean, boudoir means bedroom, and so whenever people think about boudoir, they think you're taking pictures, naked pictures. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not, and sometimes they're not even in a bedroom. But boudoir photography, for me, it's really an empowerment photo session. It's anytime you take a person, it could be a man or a woman or a couple, and it's celebrating who you are right now, the way your body is, wherever your mind is. It's celebrating who you are right now in this body, not waiting until you lose 50 pounds or 75 pounds, and not waiting until you change your hair or grow your hair. It's celebration of who you are.
It's free to be me, like
yes.
right here, right now.
Yes,
free to be
yes.
me. I love
so
that.
So similar. My mantra, my business mission statement is, I am enough. And it came about as when I realized what was driving me to photograph women specifically where they are now, because I spent years in a relationship that made me feel like I was never enough. I was not ever a hard enough worker. I was not ever a good enough mom, a good enough homemaker,
right.
Keeping the house clean, cook, all those things. It just wasn't ever enough. And I got out of that relationship and in a relationship that allows me to be exactly who I am, free to be me.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I am enough just like I am now. It was like a huge aha.
So you were always enough, right? And
right.
that's really where
That's right.
I would imagine I love that you have a story and you have a why and you have a reason to empower other women from not having to wait to get
right.
out of that
right. The mindset, really.
Right, that mindset of feeling like you're not enough.
Yes.
And just trying to catch that. Maybe for some people that may see this, may encourage them to know that like today is the time to be free and
right.
just you're enough just the way you are.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's my mission now is, and it's not, I'm not saying it's easy in your own mind, in my own mind, but it's like a daily commitment to acknowledging that I'm on a journey to be a better version, but where I am today is perfect.
It's the best version for today.
Yeah.
For today. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lovely.
So tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing photography.
So I started shooting for my kids' soccer team.
Okay.
So he started playing soccer, and my husband at the time gave me a camera and just said, why don't you take some pictures? So I started taking pictures, and I loved it. I found out soon that I couldn't watch a soccer game unless I had my camera in front of me, which is kind of weird. Most parents want to just watch their kid play.
Yeah.
So I started taking pictures at his soccer game, and then other parents would say, or I'd get a picture of their kid and send it to them. They're like, can you send me more? And then the team would say, can you take some pictures of the team?
Yeah.
So I just started in sports.
Okay.
And so Caught My Eye Photography, which is my other business, been around for about 18 years maybe now.
Oh, wow.
But since I wasn't enough before, I kept a full-time job during the day and I just did photography at night. It's only been in the past 6 or 7 years that I've said, this is what I love, and so I'm only focusing on photography. So Caught My Eye is still around, and I do sports for high schools, and I do senior portraits, some weddings. With Caught My Eye Photography, people would just say, oh, do you do senior portraits? Do you do houses? Those kinds of things. And I just thought, well, I'll try it. So I kept trying new things.
Yeah.
And that's how I found boudoir. I remember a lady about 4 years ago asked me if I did any boudoir photos. And I did not know what it was. So I was like, well, what do you mean? So I Googled it, and there's all types of boudoir photography, just like any other photography.
Yeah.
So I explored it with her, and I did a session for her, then I did somebody else, and kind of figured out what I loved about it. And now it's really what I want to focus on. It's really empowering for me as well as for them.
Right.
And everyone has different styles. So I always tell people when you're looking for a photographer, really is important to look at how somebody shoots, because you want to be in the same mindset. That so if what I'm shooting it's not like what you want in your photos, don't ask me to change my style, because that's like, that's really hard to do.
I don't know how anybody seriously could not connect with you and your personality, but like with any profession, you know, it's really important that you don't just call someone up and, you know, go with them. Or, well, actually in this
That's
case,
kind of what
we
we did.
connected so much,
Yeah.
but so much of the time, you know, we get into situations where we're in a contract or we enter into something, and then we're kind of like stuck with someone, and it's like, you're not really meshing, you know, it's just not quite, you know, working out. But I love this whole thing about you is like it's almost multidimensional in an I am enough kind of way.
Yes.
That you were free, you know, you weren't just free to be me, but you were free to explore, and you were free to take those risks or those, you know, jump off the cliff and try different things. And because you did, that one phone call took you into this thing that you love,
that I love,
you know, that you're focusing on, and it was your willingness to be free, right? And that knowing that everything that you were trying was like at that moment it was enough.
And you know what's really interesting is I had to be in that place emotionally where I could take the steps. If I had been in my marriage, I would never have been able to do it. So it's because I got away from that stress and that negativity, and then all of a sudden everything's a possibility.
Right.
And so now when someone calls saying, "Do you do this?" Like, well, I'll try. You know, like, you can try it.
Why not?
Yeah. So, and you learn every day. Like every day, I'm like, oh, well, this is what's so amazing about this is I'm making my client feel good, and she's making me feel good.
Right.
It's this circle of energy.
So I would like to go back and touch base on something, just because I never want to form judgment or like make it seem like, you know, feel sorry for someone or make, you know, them feel like, okay, you know, you should have never been in a particular situation. So what I said earlier about like, so, you know, now you can keep other people from going through these things, that's not necessarily so much what I meant, because I believe that we all go through these trials and these tribulations, and we go through the calls, and sometimes, you know, like that's for us, not to, you know, it's unfortunate that sometimes we go through.
Oh, I definitely think there was a reason. I mean, I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure, I mean, there's lots of reasons I was in that situation, and obviously I learned a lot, and then I had my daughter, and you know, so she's a gift to me, so there's all those things. So yes,
there were some very positive things, and some of the most amazing things came out of that.
Right.
And it also puts you in a position of being able to empower and bring light to that, and being able just being able to also relate to people.
Yes,
right?
yes,
and relate to women with whatever they're going through, and making them feel like no matter what they're going through, whether it's that type of relationship or whatever cover or mask or, you know, things they're carrying on their shoulders, that you can just kind of lift that away. Like, caught my eye. You know, and like all their beauty. And,
well, that's what's amazing. And whether it's in Caught My Eye or Body Beautiful, is I don't think people know how beautiful they are. And it's not like, I mean, it's just a camera. I'm not changing how you look, but when you see how beautiful, how you look to me, I mean, it's funny to see people say, like, that's me. Women will say, oh my gosh, is that how I look? It's like, yes, and they can't believe it.
Right. Because so much of the time we have in our mind, right? Like how we see ourselves and how we think that other people see us. And then you kind of get removed from that, and you bring it. I love Brenda. She's my photographer. And
I know, we really connected.
Oh my gosh.
We really connected. Yeah, we got some amazing photos of you. I mean, you were beautiful. You were energetic. You were
trying new things. And just exploring the City.
Yeah, we just walked around Columbus. We found some new spots.
Yeah.
It was great.
So I'll tell you kind of the story with Brenda, because this is who she is. She gives her heart.
Wow.
As everyone knows, I struggled to get my businesses released, and there's been several times where I thought I was going to release, and I just got it in my mind that like, oh, I want to do this really cool Columbus Metro, photo shoot. And I was like, we needed to get it done in a short amount. I need it done like yesterday, right?
Yes.
And so I put a thing on, Thumbtack or Fiverr or whatever it was. I kind of went through a couple of people, and somehow Brenda and I just we so connected over the telephone. I just felt like she dropped, and I'm not putting you in a position she will drop everything she's doing for you and for me. That's who but truly, that is how she made me feel. Is that
and that's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Right there.
Right. We spent all day.
We did. It was so much fun though. But see,
and now we have friends, and now it was truly an experience that I'll never forget.
We say when you've been in front of our camera, I mean, your family. It's even if you're a wedding client, whatever it is, I'm asking you to be vulnerable in front of the camera. And when you're vulnerable, you connect, and so you're always part of the family. After you're vulnerable, the relationship doesn't stop.
And she called and checked up on me, and was sending me emails and what's going on with your business, and all those little things that a photographer doesn't have to do that, right? And that's where part of the family kind of comes in. And it wasn't about the look at me. It was or I want these beautiful pictures. Although that was the product of it, but it was really about just the experience. It was the experience and the way that I felt when I was with you.
Yes.
You definitely are someone along my journey that has made me feel very beautiful and enough and empowered. That is the way that she makes you feel when she's with you. And I can't say just, enough about my experience with you, and just the fact that I know that you're going to be in my life, and you're going to see a lot more of her, because I'm very biased.
Yes, thank you.
Her, but truly, I just love you. Another thing, Brenda, that I absolutely love about this is what we're talking about is it's not just photography. It's not just pictures. It's not just about being enough. And it is family, but the fact that it doesn't stop, right? It does not stop after the session. Right. And the fact that through your photography and through your vision, through Caught My Eye, it came into, this beautiful body boudoir.
Beautiful boudoir.
And, that it's formed into this entire network system, of this entire support group of women, and, it just doesn't end. It's going to keep going and growing.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's interesting that women, we always say that, of course, we want you to have beautiful images, but what they're most focused on is how they feel during the session. It's not like I'm doing anything,
you're just making them feel good for them.
But it's strange. It's a strange thing to me. So after their session, and we show you your images the very same day, so you get to see how beautiful you are the same day. And then afterwards, so they'll pick a collection that they want to purchase. Now, some people are like, oh my God, I can't wait to get it.
Right.
But some people are like, it doesn't matter how quickly they get it, because they just did it.
They took that, they did something. And for some people, I'm sure it's very much out of their comfort zone, right?
For talking to clients, it's not like when they leave the session that it's gone. They carry this energy.
Yes. I so carry so much energy. My energy has not gone away from we did our shoot.
See, and that was a Caught My Eye shoot, but it was an empowerment shoot.
So, what I love is that you pull people.
We just wait for people to be ready
to feel safe. And create a safe environment. But
that's true.
But it's okay. So here's where I was going with this: is that just crossing over that line of going, oh, I'd love to do this, but then never doing it, but then actually doing it and stepping up and doing it. it helps you every time you cross over something that you feel like, I wish I could do this, or I wish I would do this, or you have a like it, but it also you're scared to do it.
Right.
And then it's like once you do it, you realize you crossed over a line, and you're like, hey, I'm okay. Like I didn't die.
Right.
I didn't, you know, like, and you
And
don't
I
have to
feel good
show
about
the
it.
picture to anyone, or you can.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Or you know, but whatever it is, it's like you faced a fear or something that you were afraid to do.
It's
and
growth.
that you thought that you like it, you know, when you get that pitter patter in your heart, that you think, oh, it would be really cool to do that, but then you don't do it. It's like that's how you need to do it, right?
Yeah.
And then they do it, and then they feel so empowered, and they build this family.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, oh
and
my
then
gosh.
then people who start out really hesitant and nervous, at the end are like, oh, is it over already? I mean, they wanted to keep going.
Right.
And so many people, after their first session, can't wait to do it again. So that's it. Some other things we're working on are opportunities for people to shoot multiple times, you know, and we know it's an investment. We don't want it to prevent somebody from having a session. So we're rolling out some new things that will make it more affordable. And
I don't know what's like. I'm just like doing this because I think like I need to get. I haven't done it yet, but I mean, like, you know, like.
Well, it's interesting how, like, first of all, my images are not risque. I mean, you can look on my website, bodybeautifulboudoir.com. So they're not risque. I mean, and one lady we shot kind of like you. I mean, she was dressed the whole time. We took her outside, we photographed. So we have that extreme, and then we'll have people come in very, very nervous, and then by the end they're just like, can I just take my clothes home? So it's
right.
free.
It's like from the one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah.
Now I do want to touch on, you mentioned men, and I want to hear a little bit about your first shoot.
Which?
The first shoot.
The very
with
first
a man?
one?
Like
Oh, with a man. Oh, yes, I
a
did.
man.
I just photographed a man. Okay, so.
And where is that going? Like,
Okay,
just I want to hear it all.
Well, okay, so
like,
this
what's going on?
is like some scoop. So, and this, I don't know, this just makes me smile because most of the women that every woman that we photograph, you know, Michael is in every shoot with me, right? And I mean, Michael shot with you. So, before the women get there for their session, Michael, bless his heart, he will like, okay, I'll say, Michael, go lay on that bed. I want to do a test shot, you know. So Michael, and he hates having his picture taken, but he will go and he'll get in a position on the bed so I can test my light, or he'll get on a chair. So it's kind of funny that he just like does it.
Yeah.
And so I recently started putting up a picture of Michael in the pose and then the lady in the pose, which is kind of fun. So then a man asked me, you know, about it, and I was like, and Michael's like, well, of course we can. You photograph me all the time.
Try new things.
Yes, and try new things.
Try it new.
So this guy was looking for a dating website. He's recently divorced, so he wanted to do the dating apps, but he didn't like his selfies. And he just said, would you do one? And so he's like, sure. And we had a really great location, an Airbnb with a great white cement wall. And I was like, bring a button-down shirt and some jeans, and we just did it. And he's like part of the family now.
Yeah.
But so we call it Boudoir.
I love that.
Just, right?
Gosh,
Not Boudoir, but Boudoir.
that.
So I don't know, like I put one of his pictures in our group. We have a private group on Facebook, and the women were like, they loved it. And then a couple people said, well, let's let men in the group. We're not going to have men in the group. I want it to be a safe place
If you
for
do,
women.
you want to have like a Boudoir, like Facebook type thing or group, and then like keep it separated.
Exactly. So I think we're open to it. I do have another one that I'm shooting coming up.
Okay.
So we'll see where it goes.
So if you are a male watching this and you have never thought about doing something like that, like she's not maybe like going out and marketing the whole thing, but no, it's an option. It's an option.
Yes.
So if people want to connect with you, how can they connect with you? Where can they find you?
So best is the website, and my email is just bodybeautifulboudoir@gmail.com, or we're on Facebook, Body Beautiful Boudoir Columbus. And then Instagram is @BodyBeautifulBoudoir. We're very responsive.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love this interview, and I'm so excited to share this like new business, like her business with you, and her passion and her empowerment. And I'm just telling you from a real customer's point of view, of family members' point
you're
of
a
view,
family member.
that it is so worth it. It is the experience and it is the relationship that you're going to walk away with that you will just cherish forever. So connect with Brenda, and we really appreciate you being here with us today on this interview. And just comment or reach out. And if you have new suggestions, by all means, she loves to try new things.
Yes, love to.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Guys and ladies, beautiful women. To make this pot just a little bit sweeter, Brenda is offering a special, and I'm going to let her tell you about it.
We do. So for any of you who reach out and message me that you've seen this ad,
Through this video, through my video.
We will have a special deal for you. It is $100 off of my normal session. It's $299, so it'll be $199, and that includes professional hairstyling and makeup application. And then we'll shoot for about an hour to an hour and a half, really until you get tired or I get tired. Kind of depends on the situation. Sometimes I get tired first, but about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Or until I feel like we've gotten who you are. We need to make sure we capture who you are. And then you will have a $100 credit towards a collection. So if you choose to purchase, you're never required to purchase a collection, but we will sit down and show you your images that very day, and then you get $100 off your collection.